Let's go over what caused this Bitcoin rally. Right now, Bitcoin is up about 15%. It's about $31,000 last time I checked, and it doesn't look like it really wants to stop. Now, I covered a couple days ago about how Bitcoin does during Octobers. And during the last 10 years, if you didn't catch that video, I said that 2 out of the last 10 years, Bitcoin was down in October. But 8 out of the 10 times it was up, and it was up big time. Some of them were up. One year was up 64%, which is pretty good for being just in October, being up 64%. And the alts are killing it as well. Now let's go over the reason why this is happening. So you had the fake news from Cointelegraph. Bless their souls. Absolutely obliterated all of those whales that were super short. Or was this planned? It makes me wonder, right? Because here's the weird thing. I've been talking to a lot of my friends, and we kind of banter a lot on what is actually happening in the market, which hardly anybody is actually talking about. And it was kind of weird because I said, listen, Bitcoin hit $30,000 during that fake news. And then it dropped down, but it didn't drop down that much. It dropped down like $1,500 or whatever. And then it continued to creep back on up. And it's above the price that it had spiked to, which was $30,000 essentially. Why is that? It's because if you look around the mainstream news outlets, you look around everywhere, people are saying the Bitcoin ETF is coming. Bitcoin is going to change the world. Bitcoin is an inflation hedge. Bitcoin is great for like a global hedge of what is happening around the world. That is including BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. And there's no coincidence why this is rising, okay, guys? You have to read between the lines. You can't just trust some stupid chart that your favorite chartist showed you. Because most of the charts, if you will have noticed, are wrong. They were dead wrong. A lot of people were complaining, hey, this is because of the macro environment. Well, look at that. We have a horrible macro environment, and look what Bitcoin is doing. And I love to remind people that when the world completely shut down in 2020, March 2020, we went from $3,500 to $69,000 within a year or so. That's during a time where unemployment was so high, that there was so much currency printing. But keep in mind, right now, there's actually more currency printing now than there was back during that time. But they are printing, a couple weeks ago, they printed $275 billion in one day. Yes, they're going out of control. I think people understand that. Businesses, corporations understand this, especially large banks as well. They're planning it as well, but come on. They're understanding that Bitcoin has a set supply of 21 million and that the US dollar has an infinite amount of supply. Now, speaking about DeFi, if you are a learningcrypto.com member, I would definitely recommend it because you're screwing yourself if you're not joining this, because we've been calling the most incredible calls lately when it comes to microcaps. Microcaps have been skyrocketing. They've been turning from microcaps to mid-caps to some large caps. And here's what JJ Cycles has to say. In the last few years, the entire DeFi ecosystem has built, which is now completely ready for large-scale adoption. That's what we were planning for. All we need is liquidity. What if I tell you that this Chainlink pump, if you like Chainlink, we bought the very, very bottom of Chainlink. If you're a CT Club member, congratulations. The Chainlink pump legitimately marks the beginning of these capital flows. And I absolutely agree. I think we are going to see massive amounts of liquidity go into the market, especially now that people are getting ready for the spot ETFs. And that's going to take a huge supply off the market. And also the halving is coming as well in under 6 months, which is really exciting. Let me end it with Michael Saylor. the best dollar cost averager the world has ever seen. People make fun of him because he buys these tops of like, oh, he bought at $28,000. What an idiot. But he's been buying, guys, and he's going to be richer than anybody that called him an idiot. Now, he has $60 million in unrealized gains now. So he's actually up. And now let's go over this. The average purchase price for Michael Saylor is $29,582. The current Bitcoin price is about $31,000. And lastly, they hold 158,245 Bitcoin. And I bet you that number is going to be rising, especially as his unrealized gains rise during this acceleration phase. We are leaving the accumulation phase and we are going to the acceleration phase, which is going to lead to a crazy, crazy bull market. I'm very excited. I hope you join us. Please like and subscribe if you like videos like that. I know it can be pretty opinionated, but I think you guys would benefit from that as well. Talk to you soon.